Hey there, Angry Faithful. I just wanted to drop in, bend your ear a little bit, get your attention. So if you're not listening, drop what you're doing and pay attention to me because I'm here to inform you that not only can you get your daily, maybe if you're binging it, I'm not sure, that's entirely up to you, but you can multiply your doses of angry me fuckery by paying attention to all of the platforms upon which you can find either the dulcet tones of my voice and David's voice or my pretty face and David's not so pretty face. Anyways, digressing, we not only we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we're on Rumble, we're on Google, Apple Podcast. We have a TikTok page. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and of course Facebook. So if you find yourself fuckery deprived, curl up with a nice hot mug of shut the fuck up and just listen. Open those ear holes and be prepared to be cream pied like it's the first time. Thanks for listening.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Nerd Sports 86, we're going to go ahead and talk about blind soccer. I don't know. Did I send you that video?
Blind soccer?
There's this video. I think I just sent it to Chris.
For a second,
I thought I sent it
legitimately for a second there. I thought you said flying soccer, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, no, that
technically there was some flying in this video." What it was is it was a blind soccer, and they had like a bell inside the soccer ball, so they're kicking around. Well, one of the kickers kicked it onto the onto a door, and a cat came in with the bell on, and the guys, like, before they could whistle, they ended up kicking the cat. So what
okay.
But yeah, it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. Now you might notice that we're missing a glorious bearded mutt right now. He's gonna show up in the show in a little bit. He's running a little bit behind.
Let me see here. How can we so eloquently put this? In the military, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. I'm late constantly, but he's not even here.
Well, we
Chris, we love you, and I'm just giving you
a little bit of shit.
I'm giving you 17 degrees of shit, man. So just kind of go with it as is. All right, so I got something over the week or last week in the mail.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the
Halo Needler gun. What's funny is that I did kind of like a really crappy unboxing video. I've got I don't know, man. Dude, it's kind of cringe, right? Like my kid was even in the background going, man, this video was kind of cringe. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, well, it is. But there's a couple of like parts in there where like we turned off the light because that thing lights up, dude. Right? I mean, the needles are purple, like they glow in the when I mean, and it's got like this gyroscope in it to where when you move it, even if you're not shooting it, if you move it, it lights up.
Oh, really?
I pre-ordered this thing. I waited 1 year for it to come in. I paid $100 for it. And my wife and her sister are like, and are you not going to play with it? And I'm like, no. They're like, then what's the point of buying it? I'm like, that. Just to have it.
You need to put it in like a little bit of the background and everything. So
yeah, I mean, I've got to figure out what's going on with my shelving arrangement here. Because I mean, it's just too pretty, right?
Yeah,
it's just way too pretty. And I got to thinking about it. I'm like, because one of my stepkids was like, if you're not going to play with it, like, why did you buy it? Which is, I mean, he was just echoing what his mom says. I started thinking, this is what happens when you have adult money, right? Then I saw a TikTok video. This dude, he had like one of those like marshmallow masks on,
Yeah.
and he's trying to put together one of those like Dyson cordless vac things, right? He's doing it wrong. He goes, I'm an adult. And then he's like putting it together. He goes, I have no idea what I'm doing. I need an adultier adult. And I'm just like, oh my God, yeah, that's me. I need an adultier adult, because I'm like, you know, I've got a house mortgage, I've got car insurance, car payments, and I'm just like, I'm living the American dream. But tell me you don't hear that laughter in the background.
I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah. So that's my youngest stepson. And I'm like, bro, I'm recording. You need to keep it down. And obviously that's his version of keeping it down.
You know, there's
But
there's something called nanite spray, right? Someone brought that up today. He's like, man, I watched this video and it's just this guy he's eating or he's doing something and his wife comes up. She's like, I'm pregnant. And he just punches her in the stomach. It's like, dude, you got to watch the whole video. He's like, wait a minute, that was just, I thought that was the whole video. I was like, no, look up YouTube night spray.
yeah.
You'll get it. It's freaking hilarious.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so it's just, yeah, but no, I'm sitting there and I unbox this thing and I'm like, oh man, it's so pretty. So pretty. Right. It takes like six double A's. And I'm just like, ooh. I saw another guy doing an unboxing video on TikTok, and what he did is he was like, this thing's too pretty to not keep lit up. So what did he do? He gets these double A's, right? And
Mhm.
one of them comes with a ribbon cable that just kind of hangs out
Mhm.
underneath the battery tray, and he plugs it into a USB.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I not know this? Like, how did I not do that? I need to find these batteries. Apparently, they sell them on Amazon. But all that aside, we got some baseball news. Not a lot. Adam Wainwright from the Cardinals. He was part of that dynamic trio from the Cardinals, made up of Yadier Molina, Albert Pujols. Yadier Molina and Adam Wainwright, they set the Major League Baseball record for all-time starts as a battery, and that's catcher and pitcher. Wainwright was supposed to retire this year, but he did not have a great year.
What's
I mean,
that?
at all. So, I mean, I'm thinking he thinks he's got some left in the tank. We'll see, what kind of production he has as far as his effectiveness. See who they've got playing, catching for him next year. Because it's really going to depend on how that catcher calls the games as far as, what pitches to throw in what situation, things like that. And then the big news out of Arlington, the Rangers sign Jacob deGrom from the Mets. Now, why that's big news is that, well, the Rangers they're already tied to a $300 million contract in the form of Corey Seager. And Corey Seager, he produced for the Rangers last year. I mean, he was one of their offensive stats leaders, one of their defensive leaders. Really kind of took control of the clubhouse. Veteran presence. He won a World Series with the Dodgers in 2020, the bubble year. I mean, if you want to call that a World Series title, I don't know, but
Why would you not call it a World Series title?
because they only played 80 games that year. It was the COVID season, and they played everything in a bubble. And it was the year that they played almost every game in an empty stadium, right? And everybody, you could buy a cardboard cutout if you had tickets to the game or whatever. You were a season ticket holder, you could have a cardboard cutout made, and they'd put it in your seat for you. They played the World Series in a neutral site, which happened to be Globe Life Field in Arlington. you know, and I think that the Rangers front office decided that, you know, we need to really start spending money if we want people to come play here and we want to be competitive. You know, they got tired of, you know, nickel and diming their fans to death. Well, now they're going to start quartering and you know, 50-cent piecing their fans to death with these huge contracts. But Jacob deGrom, he was the ace from the Mets rotation for the last few years. So I mean, the Rangers, they're I mean, they're making some noise, and you know, the winter meetings just started today. Um, the San Francisco Giants extended a $360 million offer to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is um,
The prize of the prize.
he's the big fish to get this offseason. The Yankees are still favored to re-sign him. Well, I say favored. They're in the running to re-sign him along. Well, they're favored to re-sign him, but the Giants are definitely a very big part of that conversation. I was reading an article about it earlier today, and his wife, um, she said that you know, he, you know, when they were dating, he said in 10 years time, let me see here. Let me read this verbatim here. Says Judge told Time magazine that his wife, Sam Brekasic, recently reminded him of a bold prediction he made during his senior year at Linden High School in 2010. I said in 10 years I'll be married to Sam and playing for the San Francisco Giants. I was like, that better not get out. You know, and you know, and that was then. So he only missed that prediction by 2 years. But if the Giants do sign him, the Giants, I mean, the Giants need a lot more help than just offensive output. Their defense is shaky. Aaron Judge is definitely a Gold Glove caliber outfielder. But the problem with Aaron Judge is that he doesn't pitch. And that's one of the biggest things that the Giants need is they need a pitching staff. And I mean, if they're going to spend all this money on Aaron Judge, I mean, you know, I mean, what a way to take off the pressure of playing in October. But with that being said, Justin Verlander, who was the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner, just recently won the World Series with the Houston Astros this year. He signed a contract and he is going to the Mets.
What
And
happened?
I don't know if this is
after
I don't know
the
if this is a spoof or not. I don't know if it was just, you know, somebody being an ass, but there's memes and quotes going out all over the place that Justin Verlander said he wanted to go play someplace without the pressure of October baseball.
what, what's October baseball?
To me, I find that incredibly hilarious. I'm like, okay, so, you know, I mean, with the Mets being who they are, I mean, they still have Max Scherzer unless he opts out of his contract and decides to test the free agency waters. But I mean, that be just the prospect of facing Verlander and Scherzer over the same weekend in the course of a series, that's kind of demoralizing, you know. I mean, especially, you know, Verlander, I mean, he might have one, maybe two more seasons in him before he needs to hang it up. But, you know, he finally got over that hump this past postseason, finally got that first World Series win. Oh, hey, look at this. Look at
Connecting with
this.
audio. There we go.
Oh, there he
God.
is. Hey,
Thank
sweetheart. Welcome
God,
to the
the
show.
beautiful man child right there.
Sorry.
The only thing we didn't have is we didn't have the band playing. He didn't walk in through curtains.
I know,
Dude, I
right?
mean, I'm sorry. This is a bottom barrel basement production. So I mean, you're getting what you're getting. So I'm just saying.
Exactly what you pay for. Nice cup, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
That's one of my
Pothead Cup
favorites.
from our friends at Black Rifle Coffee. If you do not drink Black Rifle coffee or not subscribe to the Black Rifle Coffee Club or are privy to the existence of the BRCC Fund, I suggest that you sit down, pull your head out of your video games and your ass, get off the Reddit porn threads, and educate yourself, because it's a noble cause. It's a great coffee. No, they're not paying me to say this, but damn it, I wish they would. To catch you up, Chris, we're talking about the San Francisco Giants offering Aaron Judge $360 million today. We're also talking about Justin Verlander signing a contract to go to the Mets, and we've already covered Jacob deGrom going to the Texas Rangers for $150 million.
Nice.
There's going to be there. I mean, there's you know, and the Giants weren't really done making a lot of noise. They went out and got Mitch Haniger from the Seattle Mariners. They signed him to a 3-year, $43.5 million contract, which includes an opt-out clause for the following the 2024 season. He'll make $5 million next year, $17 million in 24, and $15.5 million in 2025. He will also receive a $6 million signing bonus that he would earn, and would earn a one-time assignment bonus of $1 million if he's traded during the term of his contract. He'll also make an annual donation to the Giants Community Fund, donating $55,000 in 2023, $85,000 in 24, and $77,500 in 25. He's a right-handed hitter. He's posting a lifetime 123 OPS. But I mean, he's really injury prone. So, but I mean, when he's on, he's on. And honestly, I liked it. I mean, I thought he had a really great place in Seattle. Seattle kind of played a little bit above their average this year. Are you red carding me? Is that what you're doing, David? Because you know the U.S. is out of the World Cup, so I don't subscribe to your soccer rules.
No, I've been practicing my sleight of hand.
Oh, right.
You do have a slight hand.
It is silky.
It is slight. It's almost baby-like.
Speaking of that, it's
I
like
bet his sausage looks really huge in that baby hand.
you.
It is. It's like Deadpool when he starts regenerating after he cuts it off. It's
Yeah, but reaching into somebody's baby Yoda pajamas is freaking awesome.
isn't it though? It's an experience. I highly suggest, if you have not experienced this, you rectify that post haste.
They're talking about pajamas with your likeness on them. How do you feel about that, bud?
And second of all, his name is Grogu.
Oh, I didn't
No,
say, I didn't
no,
call
no.
him Baby
No,
Yoda.
I
I know
know.
his name is Grogu.
I know that. And
I know his name is Grogu. I mean, David over here, I
Very
mean,
disappointing
among other
that he's
things,
sick.
is behind the times, still calling him Baby Yoda. I'm just like, seriously, guy?
I'm not
It's
mad.
like baby Jesus. I like the baby.
Yeah, I'm just
Jesus more. I
disappointed.
like more. I like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even mad.
regular
I'm
Jesus.
actually quite disappointed. So, you know,
Very disappointed.
I mean, that escalated quickly, but you know, it's whatever. Moving on to football.
Now that I'm here to break us off the rails, man.
I know. Thank God.
You're here 5 minutes and like already.
I'm filling my job well.
Oh, wait. All right. So, Chris, I got to show you because I showed everybody else. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
Later.
there it is.
I want to rub my balls on it. I really do.
Well, I mean, just so that way we can be clear, I'll have to sanitize it first because I've already done that.
That sentence right there is guaranteed. I'm never going to get an invitation to his house. I'm self-aware enough to know.
No. I mean, I'll even have you sitting right here one day. It'll happen.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to go over to the NFL real quick. Just before we get into the scores from our picks from last week, Baker Mayfield, 5 months after being traded to the Panthers, has been released by the Panthers.
Ooh, what happened?
He
Literally nothing.
yeah,
Well,
literally nothing. I mean,
You want to break it down? Nothing happened. That's kind of the problem.
I don't want to take away from Baker Mayfield's talent level, but the guy coming out of Oklahoma was definitely a system quarterback.
Hmm.
I mean, with the exception of Patrick Mahomes, I mean, a lot of guys that come out of Texas Tech, they're labeled with the same kind of moniker. I mean, it's a system out there. I mean, it's a run and gun type offense. I mean, it's made for mobile quarterbacks. It's made for people to go out there and play backyard ball. But then, whenever you start facing off against these different style defenses that are, attuned to that style of offense, to where it really kind of slows it down and stops it, you're forced to go into these other style of offenses. And I just think Baker Mayfield, he just needs to sit down and really kind of look at, how to run an actual offense.
Will okay. Rams are looking into claiming Mayfield because Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, we all know, has gone back to the ways of Matthew Stafford. But and we went over that the only reason I think that the Rams won that Super Bowl is simply due to the fact that Von Miller was covering for Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold in the defense of Los Angeles carried that team to a title last year. That's all there is to it.
That's true.
I mean, I said what I said, changed my mind. But
you can't change the facts, though.
Try explaining that to the woke crowd.
I know.
All right, so getting into last week's picks, we had the Bills picked over the Patriots, and the Bills did take care of business in Foxborough. Little side note, Mac Jones had a little bit of I don't want to say a hot mic moment, but he was definitely recorded, and lip readers had absolutely no problem interpreting him saying, "Throw the fucking ball, quit. Your running game sucks. Throw the fucking ball."
It wasn't that obvious.
Well, I mean, it was 24-10.
It was that obvious.
Yeah, but
it wasn't exactly well hidden either.
A blind man heard him with the crowd from 50 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Moving on, we had the Steelers pick to beat the Falcons, and they handled business 19-16. We had the Ravens pick to beat the Donkeys, and that happened 10-9. Lamar Jackson had to come out of the game with an injury. There's really been no update as far as his status yet going into next week. But the backup did manage to come in and take over, and they actually managed to score a touchdown to beat the Donkeys in Baltimore 9-10. Moving on,
close.
We had the Packers over the Bears, and the Packers did go into Chicago and managed to handle the Bears 28-19. We picked the Lions last week. Guess what happened? The Lions won 40-14.
That was horrible.
Oh man. And I've already discussed, I already told David, I've already picked next week's games ahead of time, because I learned from last week's episode where, it took us an hour to get through the picks. They're still up
have you
for
not
debate.
learned though that I wasn't there when you made the picks? So
I understand. That's why we're going to discuss them.
Yeah, he's gonna go. What we decided on Psycho.
Look, all right, listen. I'm open to debate.
Very attacked right now.
I welcome a lively discourse, and I am not so close-minded and set in my ways that I'm like an old racist Democrat where I just have to vote party line just for the sheer shit of it.
Lively discourse, is that what we have?
No. Me and Johnny were talking about it. I told him, I was like, dude, you need to get it all done real quick, and then we can discuss it, because that's the whole thing with like.
I'm still gonna find a way to throw a wrench in it, because it's what I do.
Again,
that's
lively
like
discourse. I mean, I would even so far as to use the word debate. So there's that. Moving on, we had the Browns pick to beat the Texans. And let me tell you, I saw a quarter of that game, and I'm just like baffled. Okay. The Browns beat the Texans at home 27-14. This was Deshaun Watson's first game back to Houston, where 10 of his accusers, while he was here as the quarterback, were in attendance in that game.
Really?
Now, the scoreboard would indicate that Deshaun Watson had himself a pretty good afternoon. I am here to tell you unequivocally, beyond the shadow of any
doubt.
any doubt in anybody's military mind, Deshaun Watson had a shit day. The
They have-
defense and special teams carried the day.
They
Handedly.
have
Okay.
signs.
I mean, they had a scoop and score, they had a pick six, and they had a punt return for a touchdown.
No, but did the people that were in the stadium, did they have like signs saying you're a piece of shit?
Oh, I'm sure they did. Um,
They
like,
they
but
were
okay, so I had to leave to go back. I had to go and take my boys back on Sunday. So we listened to the rest of the game on the road while on our way to Corsicana. Now, you could hear the boos. Every time Deshaun Watson took the field, you could overwhelmingly hear the boos over the booth announcers.
Damn.
Oh yeah. I mean, the boo birds were coming out in full effect. And you would think that the Texans would come in there playing like they had something to prove. I mean, other than the fact that they're playing for the number 1 overall draft pick. But that all aside, they lost to the Browns 27-14. Moving on, we had the Vikings pick to beat the Jets. That happened 27-22. And I'm on this next game with the Giants over the Commanders is what we had picked. I want to know how we scored this one because the Giants and the Commanders played to a 20-20 tie. Do we give ourselves a half a point?
Why this is the second time that we had
Second time
How
this
many
season
times had
that
there been?
teams have played through the entirety of regulation and overtime and ended in a tie. As a matter of fact, the game on week 1 between the Texans and the Colts also ended 20-20.
Yeah, it did. What the
I need to bring. Wait, where's my tin? I need to put my foil. My
I,
foil.
yeah, I mean,
We're we're approaching some some territory here. Seriously though, like what? I want to know the odds of that happening twice in a year. Like how many times have there been?
I mean, if I knew what those odds were and I was able to predict this,
I would have
I'd be
cashed.
mad at myself for predicting it and not wasting a couple dollars to go down to the gas station and pick me up a Mega Millions ticket.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that if I won the lottery, I would tell people because I wouldn't, but there would be signs. You know, I'm just kind of putting that out there. You know, like I wouldn't be
It's
using
true.
my iPhone as the camera for our show. I'd be using a $5,000 4K camera set up on a really great gimbal system that was controlled with a remote.
Be like, Johnny, I have a camera operator. Why are you in a studio? Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Right. Where's all those neon signs coming from? What the fuck? You know? Okay,
Get
so we had
theme
the
music
Eagles
now.
beat,
How did you get theme music?
right?
I didn't
Like-
set that up. I set up everything. Giant, what's going on here?
Hell,
And then your Venmo accounts would like bling at you, be like, "This is hush money." Shh. So we had the Eagles over the Titans. The Eagles handled business to advance to 11-1 at 35-10 over the Tennessee Titans. Next, we had the Seahawks to beat the Rams, and that happened 27-23. And then we had Miami beating the 49ers, but the 49ers showed up and beat the Miami Dolphins 33-17. So that was actually the first loss that we took all week. Because I'm not counting the New York Washington game. That's
no,
that's
that's
a tie.
that's a wash. We'll
Yeah.
take one in on that. We get them all.
The next
Yeah.
game that we got wrong, we got 2 in a row wrong. We actually got 3 in a row wrong, but we had the Chiefs beating the Bengals in Cincinnati, and the Bengals pulled it out by a field goal, 27-24.
Yeah, that was a weird
You
game.
couldn't see that coming. That
That was some disrespect going on. I mean, Jamar Chase doing this whole thing after a catch. I'm like, bro, come on, man. All you're gonna do is piss. All you're gonna do is piss Mahomes and Case or Kelsey off, man. That's not
Yeah, the
good.
season that you're having now, you don't get to you don't get a
No,
break.
exactly. I mean, the Bengals are 8-4. I'm like, okay, they're I mean, okay. And then we had the Chargers beating the Raiders in Vegas, and the Raiders showed up 27-20 over the Chargers.
Mm-mm-mm.
Then it was the Sunday night game. It was our AAA golden lock of the week.
I
We
regret
had the Cowboys beating the Colts. Matt Ryan and the Colts had a total of 5 turnovers in that game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboys set a team record for the most points scored in the fourth quarter with 26. The final score, in case you didn't see the game, didn't hear about the game, have not heard from any of your Cowboy friends or Cowboys fans' friends, the Cowboys, sporting a red, white, and blue stripe on their helmet, which was a very nice touch, might I add, handed Jeff Saturday and the Colts their 8th loss of the year, 54-19.
Damn.
I'm like sitting there going, oh, I'm
I was
watching that
watching. I was
game, and
watching the first part of that game, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this might be a good battle and everything." Then I got home and I was watching. It was like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, very rarely will you see the team that's going to lose take a kneel down to end the game. And that's exactly what happened. Matt Ryan dropped back and took a knee with 33 seconds left in the game.
like,
They just,
we're done. That's
yeah, they were like, yeah, fucking, we're going to take the ball. We're going to go home. We're going to think about our lives. We're going to reevaluate the charter.
I'm going home.
We're
Yeah.
gonna find out why.
I mean, the
why
Colts are
we
on a
beat
bye
them.
week. So, I mean, they've got a very long week to sit there and think about their life choices after coming into Dallas. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's like, why do we even try?
It was
When
rough. And then we had the Buccaneers pick to beat the Saints, and they did 17-16. It wasn't pretty, but the Buccaneers are back to 500.
Hey,
Brady has restored his winning ways post Giselle. Yeah. So there's that.
he probably got a handy in the parking lot and finally feels bad.
Yeah. So the teams that were on bye weeks last week were the Panthers. I mean, they take the week off, they get rid of a quarterback. Hey, I mean, they had production, right? Then the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray doing Kyler Murray things. He's probably sitting on his couch at the house playing Call of Duty instead of in the gym or at the practice facility, learning how to quarterback. But that all aside, we're moving to week 14. Week 14, man, it's gonna be an interesting week. There are 6 teams on a bye week. Those 6 teams are the Colts, as we discussed before, the Saints, the Falcons, the Bears, the Commanders, and the Packers. So good news, Washington fans, your team is not going to lose this Sunday. Dan Snyder, I'm looking at you. Okay.
Aren't there only usually 3 or 4 on a bye week? How do they get 6 this time?
Because 2 weeks ago, everybody played.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So first off, out of the chute, let me go ahead. We're gonna let me do this. Hold on. Here, there we go. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Here, I know how to work.
You want me to go in the
No, I don't. No, I don't. I want you to shut your whore mouth. Okay.
Some people like my whore mouth, but all right.
It's me. I'm some people.
I know. You were in the room liking my whore mouth. So
okay, so there we go. All right. First up, we have the Rams hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders pulled off the upset of sorts against the Chargers at home last week. They go into SoFi Stadium to play the Rams. I'm picking the Rams on this one. Just simply due to the fact that the Raiders, I mean,
They get one bright shiny moment, they're going to go back to being the Raiders.
Yeah.
I am not going to be completely hurt if the Rams lose this game, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Raiders right now. I mean, they're too inconsistent. They've shown that all year. Moving on, we've got the Jets going up to Orchard Park to play the Buffalo Bills in their backyard. I've got the Bills over the Jets on that one.
Agree.
Then we've got the Bengals and the Browns. I've got the Bengals beating the Browns this week.
My gut say the Browns, but if they're,
I mean, the Bengals just got done beating the Chiefs,
I was going to say,
possibly the favorites for the AFC.
they're carrying some momentum.
Yeah, I mean the Browns are too, but I just think that the Cincinnati offense is going to move a little bit too quick for Cleveland this week. I'm just saying. Plus, the Bengals are playing at home.
Could be interesting.
And for the second week in a row, the Cowboys are going to host the game that is going to be our AAA gold pick of the week. The Cowboys are hosting the Houston Texans.
That's gonna
We're
be
picking the Cowboys on this
It's going to
one.
be another spanking. Good old.
Do we want to do we want to put anything on whether or not the Cowboys are going to score 40 points or more?
You know, you almost say if they don't go over 30 points, you could almost count it as a loss.
if someone doesn't come down from the bleachers.
I mean, if the Real
have a chance
Housewives
to
of
be like
New Jersey, is it New Jersey? The Real Housewives of New Jersey don't come out and like materialize from thin air and body slam CeeDee Lamb into a sideline table. I mean, I'm like, oh boy. I mean, listening to the Houston radio broadcast this week, the announcers have they were like, yeah, this experiment at quarterback is over. Let's bring Mills back in. And I'm just
Funny
like,
anymore, guys.
You've got a controversy at quarterback halfway through past the halfway point in your season, and neither quarterback is that great.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, at this point, really, the Texans need to play spoiler to somebody, and that somebody's not going to be the Cowboys this week. But at what point do you think maybe that the front office and the general manager and the head coach of Houston decide, we're going to bench some of our starters and we're going to start the practice squad?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like in high school where, the coaches let the JV team suit up with the varsity squad for the last game of the year.
Right. It's just about some minutes in now.
Right. I mean, the Cowboys got so far out ahead of the Colts on Sunday night that Cooper Rush came back into he came into the game to play like the last offensive series for Dallas.
He came in to take the knee for him.
I mean, I'm just like,
that one.
They had a rookie third string running back for Dallas come in and actually got like 25 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
One video with the kid that supposedly had it was a spoof, but the kid had a potato as a heart or some shit like that, and they were letting him go in and run, and so they were putting the right way, and everybody was.
Well, no, I mean, okay, so you see these high school teams,
boom,
right? You see these high school teams that let a kid
We're
with
gonna
Down
make a wish
syndrome.
kid out.
Yeah. Bring the Down syndrome kid in. We're gonna let him score a quote unquote touchdown. Then they've got that one video where everybody was on the same page except for the one guy that missed the call from the sidelines.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Through the line and absolutely trucks this kid. Gets up and he's just like, oh, I mean, he's dancing over it. I'm on. Everybody's like, bro. I mean, you can hear the parents, the horror in the parents' voice on this video. I'm just like, oh.
I like the one where it's the Doom movie when the Doom music hits. Have you seen that one?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I'm always reminded of that scene from The Waterboy where you got Dan Patrick on Sports Center talking about you got other Division I schools looking to the sideline for help, and you got Michigan bringing in their water boy, and this kid catches a pass across the middle out in the flat and just absolutely gets depleted. And he's laying there like he did. He gone. Like, something was definitely wrong with his umblagata.
I just sent it to your messenger, Chris. You're welcome. It's just,
but we've got next up, we've got the Vikings at the Lions. And you know what? This is my upset pick of the week. I'm picking the Lions on this one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Lions are really, I mean, they're believing. I mean, they believe that they belong there. They believe they can put up some points. They believe that they can hold the other team's offense. I mean, I think that this can happen, man. I really do. I mean, I think that the Vikings are going to get their third loss handed to them by the Detroit Lions this week. I know. I mean, David, you could put a little caveat in there that Johnny's going out on this one, going rogue on this one, but
I want no part of this. I wash my see right. Wash my hands of this one.
I have to keep quiet until the end of the show for all my
I tell you why I told you so, because there's no way the Lions are going to beat the Vikings. I'm calling it right now.
Listen, to be fair, I did my homework on it, right?
Yeah.
And all of the tangible things, everything on paper leans a certain way. It leans towards Minnesota side of
number one for the year. Vikings are number one for the year.
No, they're not.
From last for the East.
The Eagles have the best record in football right now at 11-1.
Yeah.
The Vikings are like what 9-2 or some shit like that.
I think it was some like West or East Conference. It was like Cowboys, 49ers, and
no, they're
Vikings.
In the NFC North. They are the division leaders.
Right.
Okay.
But they don't have the best record in football. Now, bear in mind, this is the year that everybody, all the experts had the NFC picked to be the weakest conference. And it's turned out to be anything but.
Yeah. NFC.
I mean, even with the tie that was handed out in the Meadowlands this past Sunday, all 4 NFC East teams are in the playoff picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every one of them has a winning season. Every single one of them.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I mean,
never gonna happen. I'm telling you now. I am calling it.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm human. I know I could be wrong. I mean, I spent $100 on a fucking Nerf gun. I mean, come on.
It's not a mini Nerf gun, man.
What?
That's like calling the Mona Lisa just a painting. Come on, man. How dare you?
All right, let me be specific here. Let me quantify this. I spent $100 a year ago on the Halo Needler gun from Nerf's elite line. How about that?
You put some respect on it. That's like calling Grogu just a doll.
We all know it's not just a doll.
You're damn right he's not. Exactly.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll get into. I'm just gonna file that away. I'm gonna put a pin in it. Okay. Moving on, we've got the Eagles at the Giants. The Giants is miserable turnout against the Commanders. I'm gonna take the Eagles over the Giants.
Good call.
Next, we've got the Ravens at the Steelers. I'm gonna take the Ravens on this one.
Isn't the Eagles and the Giants like a rivalry or some shit like that?
Yeah, that's a divisional game.
Yeah. But
I don't know, Chris. I see the wheels turning. I think you're leaning Pittsburgh.
I want to. My heart says yes. My brain says no.
But your body.
But your body's saying yes.
I gotta go with you. I agree reluctantly.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else came with that Needler?
Needles.
5 codes for in-game content for Halo Infinite.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh.
Man, that paid for the freaking Needler right there.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Yeah, because
okay.
they are like $20 a pop.
What, the
Yeah.
codes?
Yeah. Usually the codes are like $20 a pop.
Yeah. And we've got the Jaguars at the Titans. I've got the Titans to go on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got the Chiefs going to the Mile High City to visit the Donkey Pen. I'm taking the Chiefs on that one. I'm just saying.
I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but you don't have to.
I mean, at what point are we going to call the donkeys the burros? I mean,
No, you got to go even lower, like Beast of
lower.
Burden.
Put them any lower than that.
The Beast of Burden.
yeah, okay. All right. So next we've got the Panthers. The Panthers are coming in off of an off week where they got rid of their quarterback. They're going to go to Seattle, play the Seahawks. I've got the Seahawks on this one.
I would go with the Seahawks, but it still would be an interesting game to watch, only because just to get the feel and see if they could like pull off something like.
I want you to look up the word "shit show" in the Webster's dictionary, and it'll have a picture in the median right there. It'll have the Carolina Panther logo. It'll say "See them."
But yeah.
Okay,
But
so
still,
enough said.
I still want like a Christmas miracle. Okay.
Okay.
I
Well,
got
we've got Tom
It's
Brady
not a
and the Tampa
Christmas
Bay
yet.
Bucks
Put it
going
down.
into San Francisco to play the 49ers. I'm kind of leaning. I'm taking the Bucks on this one
yeah.
Agree.
because I mean Jimmy Garoppolo's hurt. They don't know
Mhm.
what his status is. They're looking for a quarterback.
I mean, you can't go against the GOAT.
I mean, you really can't. I mean, you can, but very rarely does that work out for you.
Well, there's
especially
only
in the
like
playoffs.
one time that y'all guys would go against the GOAT, and that's this weekend.
Are you taking the 49ers, David?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
God damn, really.
That's what it sounded like.
It's
What
it's
the
not.
fuck?
You know, as you were coming up from
As
air, you were like 49ers. That's
No,
what it sounded
what's
like.
the mascot for the Navy? A goat. It's the only time you go against the goat.
Look at this fucking guy.
God,
What?
man.
Dude,
What?
read the room.
Seriously?
Dude, that is a terrible segue. You have been doing this longer than both of us put together. And that is a terrible segue. Dude, we've still got
Segue.
2 more games to cover before we get into the Army-Navy game.
Do it fast so we can get into this stuff. I've been like,
Look, I'm the one that came in prepared this week and not,
Like we had a game plan. There was a schedule. You're
and the
fucking
Sky
up the
Janitor
rotation,
fucks it
David.
all up.
It's puff,
Look.
puff, pass.
God.
God damn it. You are a constant source of disappointment to your mother and I.
Fucking Sky Janitors, man.
I'm so glad Johnny's the mother.
God.
Johnny looks like
I'm supposed to be the one that fucks up the rotation. I'm the one that's supposed to fuck up the picks and make this go longer than it is. Quits taking to.
He's the one that wets up the joint, David. He's the one that he's the one that wets it up before he passes it.
Saying, I swallowed.
He's the one that's supposed to give everybody mono, not you.
I am so I so miss the dick slapped against my face. I mean, I probably have like a big face full of mushrooms on my face right now because of all y'all. Thank you.
That's just because you would keep falling asleep on guard.
Exactly.
I was keeping my eye open a little bit.
We didn't draw the Knicks.
So we got the Dolphins going to San Diego to play the Chargers on Sunday night. I'm taking the Dolphins on this one.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay. And the Patriots are going to Arizona to host to play the Cardinals. I'm taking the Patriots because even though the Patriots, their running game sucks, and they, to quote Mac Jones, just throw the fucking ball. Kyler Murray is still yet to play a game that anybody is going to remember. I don't think he's going to do it against Bill Belichick.
Nope.
So, recapping. Rams over the Raiders, Bills over the Jets, Bengals over the Browns, Cowboys over the Texans for our AAA Gold Lock of the Week. Lions over the Vikings. That one's disputed. Eagles over the Giants, Ravens over the Steelers, Titans over the Jags, Chiefs over the Donkeys, Seahawks over the Kitty Cat Panthers, Bucks over the Niners, Dolphins over the Chargers, and the Patriots over Kyler Murray and the JV squad that plays out of Arizona. Now, to get to what David was talking about, it is Army-Navy week, everybody. It is the tried, true, honorable tradition where the blue and the gray lines face off on the field of battle, and then soon after the whistle is blown, they join hand in hand and fight side by side as brothers. But this week, fuck that shit. Go Army, beat Navy.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Even though it's basically a pointless game. I mean, bragging
Pointless
rights.
game.
That has bragging.
It's a pointless game.
You have bragging rights. That's about it this year. No trophy.
Much like the Marine Corps, who gets their paychecks signed by the Department of the Navy, David. Remember your place as the redheaded stepchild. Yes, we know that you took the Commander-in-Chief trophy this year.
Did we?
Yeah, you did.
You say we though.
But remember,
Is
you
it
didn't
really
come into
we?
existence until the 1950s because it wasn't the United States Air Force that ran bombing raids over Germany. It was the U.S. Army Air Corps.
Yep. So it was
Okay.
Big Army, Big Daddy
You
Army.
are an afterthought. You are like you're like the errant cum shot that ricocheted off of somebody's thigh and produced a kid 9 months later.
At one point in time,
Like, just
you
think
have to
about it
look
this
at
way.
everything.
Coast Guard ever went away, like you would be the new Coast Guard. Think about that for a second.
Every time you think about it a little bit, and every kid just goes up and is like, you know what? Macaulay Culkin was right. Let's just divorce these motherfuckers. Let's just walk away while we have the chance.
How
That's
many
Put into
okay,
perspective
think about
how
talk
to
about
put
kids
into now,
playing-
Chris, you and I cannot debate or argue the fact that the Air Force does have its merits. They do provide us with close air support. Go A-10. They also provide us grunts with a lift anywhere that we need to go that requires crossing water. But how bad is it in the Air Force when you guys have a sliver of yourselves split off like you're the South or something, and you wear the same uniforms and call yourselves the Space Force?
That is kind of fucked off. We don't even know what
Right?
to do.
Isn't
I
it
mean-
true though that
I mean, if
Isn't-
the Space Force were to ever get its own service academy, would they be called Space Cadets?
Dude, that would be awesome, actually.
I'm waiting for the day that the Space Corps or Space Force opens up its enlistment, its enlistment offices for infantry MOSs. Dude, bro, that would be a sight to behold,
to me?
because
Shuttle
we
door
deal with stolen valor nowadays, and it was really bad a few years ago, but the day that the Space Force starts taking combat MOSs, mark my words, you will find
You're
one
right.
person on point to be the first person to be outed because he went into some bar getting free drinks on Veterans Day, touting himself as a space shuttle door gunner.
Dude, think about how badass that would be, though, to be the first person to be able to call yourself a space marine.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know I'm a grunt, I'm Army, I should be against that.
And within 100 years, if we don't have some badass by the first name of John walking around in a tall fucking set of green armor with the 117 on the chest, we're doing something wrong. Like, just disband the entire Space Force and fucking start over from scratch.
Your rank, but thank you.
I mean,
That's probably the only way that they fucked up.
Right?
I mean, don't SEALs have enough? Like, come on, seriously. Don't they have enough? Now they're going to take that away from us as well. Seriously.
You know, okay, so I mean, because Navy SEALs, when they get out, they either run for political office or they write books and movies, right?
Right. Or they run a nonprofit.
Yeah, yeah, or they become like a CrossFit guru, you know, looking at you, David Goggins. Never fucking quit. You know, I saw a TikTok and it was like Elon Musk, you know, it was like animated TikTok, and Elon Musk is talking to all these people and he's like, we're about to be the first humans to step out on Mars. And Elon Musk steps out of the spacecraft and there's David Goggins without a fucking spacesuit running on Mars. And he's like, David Goggins? He goes, that's right, motherfucker. I fucking ran here. I ran fucking X amount of, million miles. Non-fucking stop. I'm the first motherfucker on Mars. I'm going to Jupiter now. Fuck you. Never quit. And then he just takes off, right? And I'm just like, God, man.
That's great.
I've seen that one. It was hilarious.
I was like, no.
That's fantastic.
I mean, when you get Green Berets, they go on the they go on the motivational talk circuit. Delta operators, they just become hermits.
Yep.
They go fucking find a mountain complex somewhere and just live.
Or they end up finding, joy in making coffee and
right. Yeah. Or they start a t-shirt company and
oh yeah. Yeah, t-shirt company or
but or in the case of Rocco Vincent, Vincent Vargas, right?
He was a Ranger. He was never a Green Beret.
Yeah, he was a medic in the Rangers. Yeah. So but
yeah, become an actor. Or
what would the Space Marines do? I mean, at that point, would they become like,
or you be like Tyler Gray and you
interplanetary gigolos? I mean, what?
I forgot Tyler Gray. He was a Ranger. He made a TV show of a Tier 1 group called the Navy SEALs, and he played an actor in there. So
that's true. He did that then.
Yeah. But another news, Florida Gators quarterback Jalen Hitta. I don't really care if I'm saying that right. 19's charged with possession of child pornography.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. He shared child pornography images through social platforms and was arrested on Wednesday when Galveston Police Department and the Internet Crimes Against Children Division executed a warrant. Police has said the news release shared on Facebook. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tipped police that a Discord user distributing an image of child sexually abused material through their platform. Following investigation by Gainesville Police Department Detective Montage revealed that 2 images were shared via Discord. So Kitty's statement that he remembered sharing the 2 images but believes them to be legal since he found them online. Wow, he did that. He's a dumbass. Uh, but yeah, the case is still going. They're looking for questions and concerns and everything about this. But other than that, yeah, he's a piece of shit. He knew what he's doing. Most fucking chomos that end up doing that, they like, I I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what happened. And you catch them and everything, like, but I didn't. I thought they were of
I
age.
didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Soccer
So-
news.
All right, go ahead.
Soccer news. Fuck, where did I have that? An adult film star. There we go. An adult film star was wearing gasp a bikini and Daisy Dukes at the Qatar game, and people are outraged, saying she should be executed for wearing barely their outfit to the Sakaros World Cup game against Argentina.
At least she wasn't wearing a T-shirt that had the gay pride flag on it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Adult movie star Astradi Wet has been warned she could be executed after posing a number of risque outfits from her time at the World Cup of Qatar. The OnlyFans sensation wore the. I like how they put sensation on that shit. On that. Wore a pair of tiny shorts, coupled with an unbuttoned shirt revealing her bikini top when Leo Messi's Argentina faced
Wait, so she
Australia.
was wearing a shirt. It was just open to show the top.
And it's pronounced Messi.
Messi?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, she
Oh, really? Is it, Donnie?
it was
Yeah,
Messi.
it is.
Is it really?
It really is.
But yeah,
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm
there-
trying to get a hold of Colin for his segment this week, just to kind of put it into perspective. Army, it looks like it's favored, but it's showing they're in a 2.5 point underdog. Their Army's 3-2 in their last 5 games. They're 3-2 in their last 5 games against the spread. They're also 2-2 in their road games against the spread. The totals have gone over in Army in 4 of Army's last 5 games, and the totals have gone over in 5 of their last 7. So if you're going to bet the over,
Man,
put
that's
that Army. All right, let me go ahead and try to get a hold of Colin. Why is everything going so slow?
oh yeah, Chris, can you? I forgot to ask you this last week. Was after the joke of this week, go over your salutes to service little thing that you did, if you want. Did you have fun?
Oh, I did. I had a good time. That was awesome.
Yeah. It wasn't until that video came out I was like, oh, that's what they did. Because you got to hang out with the cheerleaders and a couple of cowboys and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, there were a couple of cheerleaders that were there, signing autographs. We had, and his name escapes me, and I'm sorry, the punter for the Cowboys was there as well.
Nobody remembers the punter's name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I feel bad now, but he was cool. He was there. We did have several Medal of Honor recipients that were there, including Clint Romesha.
Yeah, because they were doing the shoveling of the museum, which is going to come out in 2020.
So there was a $200,000 donation made from Black Rifle Coffee to the Medal of Honor Museum.
That's like the second donation because
That is going to be an
We have made,
amazing-
yes, we have made several large donations.
I think it's not even fully built, is it? Because I think I've seen it.
No, they've broken ground on it, but no, it's there. It's still very, very early in construction, I believe.
Yeah, one of your bosses was there too.
Matt
both
was there. Jack Mandeville was there. Like I said, I've had the very distinct pleasure and honor of meeting Clint Romesha Several times actually. He's been by the office a few times. I tell you, the first time was I was in because for the fund we have a little kind of cubby hole office in the back, and nobody ever goes all the way back into the building. So Jack always makes sure if somebody comes through, they come in the back there.
That's nice of him.
Hear him come in. He's like, "Hey, this is the fun and everything." And I look up and like look over my shoulder. And fucking Clint Ramation is just standing there. I'm like, so it was that was
You guys need to act like y'all been there.
off the floor. Like, met him. He's a really cool guy. He's very down to earth, but a little bit of a shock to just turn around and see a Medal of Honor winner just standing in your office there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, we had a bunch of there was a game trailer there. We had axe throwing. There was some little like archery. It was archery, but it was like the soft tip archery basically. It was like inflated. And then we had a food truck there, and had some of North Richland Hills finest out there. Yeah, it was a good time. It was cold. It was very cold. But it was a good time.
That was the week. That was the was that the weekend after
Was it
Thursday, or was that the week
and after 2 weeks after? I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 weeks after, but it was very short.
Because it was the first weekend, because you said you had to do that. You know what really sucks is I took that day off. I could have been down there. I don't check my
Your
email.
planning and scheduling sucks. It really does. I just want to say
It really does.
in front of everybody in the entire world. Yes.
Did you see your friend there?
I did.
Did
I did.
you?
I did it.
You?
I did.
Did you? How was the I guess like the fourth meeting? Was that fun for you? Did Jay approve?
Jay wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I was flying solo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much I can actually say. All I will say is Jay is on a leave of absence right now. He's got some personal stuff going on.
Yeah, but we won't air that stuff here.
But yeah, I was flying solo.
Okay. Also,
I'm trying to get this thing to pull up here.
that's fine. We're talking. Also, do you want to do the BRCC Fun charity episode this weekend or some other time, or do you even want to do it?
I still need to talk to some people and see.
Okay, just let me know.
I'll let you know.
Because I remember you said you were supposed to have that meeting, and I was like, you didn't say anything.
Try to do this real quick.
But if anything, we'll just
Whatever
chat it up
reason,
and nerd stuff.
The messaging app is not working on my MacBook, so I've got to figure that out later. But we're gonna do this. Hey, my guy, what's up?
Hi.
Have a good day today. Good. All right. Next week, not next week. If I get him on the 18th, I get him and his brother on the 18th, so I'll have them for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For Christmas. Colin will be able to do his segment on camera.
We get a live
Christmas
in
break.
person Colin sighting.
Yes, a live in-person Colin sighting.
I'm
So
excited.
awesome. Okay, you ready for your opening, bud? Yeah, everybody, I get to see. Did anybody say anything about your hair? No. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm not really sure that this one's going to live up to par, but we're going to try. All right. Here we go. Scotchy, scotch. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages, bearded, non-bearded, women who shave, and women who let it grow al natural. Wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, and everything in between. It's my genetic code making his appearance once again for that time of the week that you all come to know, love, cherish, and plan your weeks around. It is joke time with Colin. Take it away, sir. Can you guys hear him just fine? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get you up
Say it
here.
again.
Say it again.
Why did the guitar teacher get arrested?
Why?
No, say it again.
Why did the guitar teacher get arrested for fingering A minor?
Did you
That-
catch that, Chris?
I couldn't understand him.
He said, "Why did the guitar teacher get arrested
Why?
for fingering a minor?"
We were just talking about a pedophile.
We literally just had to
Dude, Colin, that was perfect. Because we were listen. Huh? Oh, all right. I will talk to you later, bud. I love y'all. Later.
My God.
No, that was absolutely unscripted.
I was touched here.
That's
Oh, damn.
This is where
Oh,
I was
okay. Yeah.
touched. I feel very uncomfortable. I'm just saying,
Oh,
no spot.
yeah.
oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angry faithful of all ages, now that you have been thoroughly traumatized, lubricated, used, abused, put away wet, look in the mirror, take a long, cold stare. You have the resembling markings of a disheveled hooker, and that isn't thanks to my genetic code. Once again, coming through like a champ. You have just now been a victim.
I'm so glad you're
Showtime with Colin.
I'm seriously so glad that you're
We should-
snipped.
Do what?
We need to come up. No, this needs to be a T-shirt. This is. I need to be. I was traumatized by jokes with Colin.
Oh my, yes.
Dude,
Dude, we need to make that happen.
merch-
I'll work it in next.
Joke
next-
time with Colin victimized me.
I'll
Yeah,
work it in next
jokes.
year. I'll work it next year.
Yes.
I'll see what we can do,
Dude.
dude.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
that was not planned at all. But that was like we were like super geniuses there. There
It's one of
was
those things you can't plan for, but you always really hope happens.
yes,
Right?
absolutely. I'm trying to figure out. Wasn't there Johnny? What was that? One adult actress that had, even though America like bombed.
Oh, yes. Okay. So there was an American porn star, Chris, over the weekend who promised an 18-hour sex marathon with the Netherlands team if they lost their World Series match against the US. Needless to say, she doesn't have to do that.
I bet she would have, but I guess that's all the news this time. We cut it a little bit.
18 hours. Can you imagine how raw you'd be after that?
I think it
Well,
did.
there's
There's that
what
one
was it?
porn
There
star
was,
that had sex with
there was
like
a porn star. There is a porn
670
star. I don't know
people
if she still does.
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
She goes by the name of Houston. She actually has a movie called The Houston 500.
Yeah.
It's a gangbang video.
Yeah.
Like literally.
You got the fluffers there that get you. So you're like right there. And it's literally just like 3 pumps and you're done.
Yeah, but still.
But I can't imagine.
Oh, uh,
It
but
just
yes,
seems tiring.
Colin's
to me.
joke, for complete transparency, was not scripted. We were telling jokes on the way back from picking him up this past Friday, and my lovely wife, my beautiful bride, was she
Look,
was
that's
she was
summer.
reading jokes that she was finding online, and Colin was dying. He's like, wait a minute, I gotta save these. He's typing them into his phone. He has got jokes prepared. So I mean, it's if he is not able to make an appearance one week, it is not because of lack of material.
Fantastic.
I'm sitting there. I am trying to drive, merging off of 45 and getting on to 288, and that joke rings in my ear, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna, you
Stop
know,
again.
because the exit ramp to get off of 45 onto 288, so it's a right hand turn. I'm just sitting there going, I just jerk the car to the left, see what happens.
Oh, did you see all the trailers for this upcoming year? 'Cause they
Guardians
did
3,
I
Autobots,
have trailers.
Rise of the Beasts. Yeah, dude, you know what? And I checked out this
There's another
weekend.
one.
I waited because I needed to wait for my boys to be here, but I got all of the boys together on Saturday night, and we sat down and we watched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And you want to know what, man? That was really good.
I still haven't seen it. I've heard
I
good.
thoroughly enjoyed that.
There was something else that came out for the trailers.
There's Expendables 4,
Yeah,
John Wick 4.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones 5, which looks really good.
It does actually look really good. Although I gotta laugh that he was like, I don't believe in magic. I was like, dude, have you seen the first 3?
But then he follows it up with, I've seen things that I can't explain.
Yeah. Uh, like aliens. Let's not forget the aliens.
Oh, that's one.
Oh, did
that's
you
one-
know? Did you know? Listen, did you know that Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was actually a prequel to the Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I did actually.
Did you see the new trailer called Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
I want to see that
Yes.
one.
Yes.
I want
I
to
would
see that one.
see that one so bad.
Oh, okay. So my
Last of
son
Us.
Chauncey, my oldest son Chauncey, took his fiance to see Violent Night.
I want to see that one too. That's
And
one.
he said,
I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I'm gonna see that this weekend.
he said that, oh, I'm going to wait until after the 18th to go see it, because I'm going to take Colin to go see it. Take Colin, my oldest stepson Jake, and I'm going to take the oldest, the middle child, Sam, to go see it, and then Reagan and Trace, they're going to stay here with the girls, and they're going to find something to do. But Chauncey absolutely raved. He goes, this is officially one of those movies that belongs, finally, a movie that belongs on the same list as Die Hard at Christmas time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of
That-
another trailer that I saw.
With the-
It's a horror movie take on The Grinch That Stole Christmas. It's called The Mean One.
I want to see that one. That one. Looks
I just watched that trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, isn't there a Winnie the Pooh movie coming out that's a horror movie?
It's already been
I
out.
want to think that
It's
there
been
is.
out. Okay,
Has
I
it
remember
been out?
something about that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. No, let me see here.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey came out last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
That was the title. There is a game that I am wanting to play. It just came out, the Callisto Protocol.
I've seen some screenshots of it. I haven't really dug that deep into it.
There's a lot of so there's a streamer / TikToker that I follow. He said that it's basically the new Dead Space, even though they're going to remaster Dead Space like completely from the ground up.
Not a
but
remaster.
this has got it's got all the qualities of Dead Space with the Unreal Engine.
Oh wow. Ooh.
Yeah, and Josh Duhamel plays one of the main characters in the game. And dude, we're talking spot on. This is badass. I mean, it looks amazing.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up.
So, I mean, I might wait for, for it to come on, I don't, this whole adulting thing. And David and I got into this discussion where I paid $100 for this needler up here. And I'm like, because I have adult money, but apparently I needed an adultier adult to prevent me from doing stuff like this.
Exactly.
I mean,
Otherwise,
that's
you
why. I mean, I played Modern Warfare. I bought Modern Warfare 2, and I started the campaign. But I live in a house full of kids. They're all playing Minecraft. My boys playing Minecraft, and I'm just like, I might as well just give this another shot. Because me, I didn't care so much about beating the game because it's basically Legos, right?
yeah. Well, you can't beat it. There's no real objective.
I am now in the process of a survival mode run where I occupied a floating island, built a 4-story house on it, stairs that go all the way down. I've cleared this thing out. I've lit it up so at night the monsters don't spawn inside my compound. I've built a compound where the north-facing wall is an American flag made out of colored concrete.
See, I don't have like I tried dabbling in it a little bit, and the level of my creativity, it looked like a hillbilly shack in West Virginia. It was very sad. Um,
Add 3 floors to that, and that's my floating mansion.
just I kept expecting like Popcorn Sutton to come out and hold the shotgun or something. It was pretty bad. I do not have a bone in my body.
I mean, apparently you've got these illagers, right? That they go and they raid villages and crap like that, and one of them carries a fucking banner, right? And if you kill this guy, you get this like effect put on you called bad omen. That if the next time you go into a village and that omen is that effect is still on you, it triggers a raid. They go in and they raid this village. And
Oh,
you've got to fight your way through it, kind of a deal, or else they'll just chase you. And I'm just like,
can you join the Raiders? Because I'd be down for that.
no, I mean they're NPCs, right? And I'm like, all right, but
Okay. I can
yeah.
pretend.
So I'm sitting there going, I'm like, all right, and I've got my, and I for all intents and purposes, like around my compound, right? I've dug a grenade sump on the outside.
Fantastic.
So
Fucking
I can see these villagers, I can see the tops of their heads, and I'm sitting there at my 1 block high fence, right? But they're lower than I am because they're fucking around in that grenade sump. And I'm just like, I've got my diamond sword out, and I'm like, hack, and I kill these guys, and I'm just like, huh, okay. And then I get the bad omen effect put on me, and I take the captain's banner, and in true grunt fashion, what do? I go to the highest point on my compound and I hang it, right?
Oh hell yeah, that's a point of pride.
Right, exactly. And and so like today I wanted to rage quit though, man. I really did, because like I'm down like next to the bottom of the world limit, which is where all the bedrock is, because I'm looking for diamonds, because I'm like trying to build diamond armor and all this crap. I get killed by a zombie, right? Because I'm like I get kind of overwhelmed, and I get caught on a block, and I'm trying to get out of there so I can egress and kind of regroup.
Yeah.
I drop all my shit, right?
Oh,
Enchanted items, enchanted armor. I got diamonds, I got redstone, I got lapis. I'm just like, all right, great. Only problem is that I can't figure out how to get back down there.
You didn't mark it beforehand.
And I'm like, by the time I got back down there, all my shit had despawned, because you get 10 minutes real world to
Right.
find your stuff and reclaim it, or else it despawns. And I'm just like,
That
so I just jumped into a pool of lava, respawned at my house, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to save, and I'm going to step away, because I love my Series X. I'm not going to throw those $80
It's about to
controllers.
get broken.
You know, I'm just sitting there going, no, no.
That's a gaming tradition, is to get pissed at just the dumbest shit.
And break the controller.
That was the thing
Yeah,
about the
exactly.
old
I'm like-
NES controllers, man. Those NES controllers were stout, boy. They were durable.
I know. They could take a beating.
I mean,
First, we had tougher.
Now, if you look
like
at
them on the floor, you could hit the TV with them, you could hit your siblings with them, and they would
Uh,
still run like a champ.
those were a fantastic weapon. Like, you could do some damage with those things.
Yeah. I mean, you tie two of them together and you could throw it like a bolo.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, controller chucks. Yeah.
All right. I guess
David's like, hey, we're gonna cut it there because now we're tired.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot we're still there. Like, oh shit, we're still recording.
This week on Nerd Sports, we're talking about juvenile felonies.
Look, it's nerd sports, keyword being nerd.
Nerd. Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Well, everybody, thank you all for listening. Thank you for all for watching. I'm David Dickerman,
I'm Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacker.
and this is What the Hell 86.
What the hell?
Oh, fucking hell. Nerd Sports 86.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Go Army.